recording the following video, President Trump tweeted out this giant breadcrumb for us to follow. So remember this.
So, people are running into, a brick wall at the SEC. There's the lawsuit against Ripple. A lot of things riding on that. So that's like a really interesting thing to follow.
To markets?
I very much hope not.
Hope that doesn't happen.
Hope that it is not a risk.
What would it mean for the markets?
Look, I'm not going to comment on, market reaction to hypotheticals that I hope are just not on the table.
It would only have to get to a $3.33 price to flip ETH. So what do you think? Do you think this is a possibility that we could see XRP back in the number 2 slot?
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I'll be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all them empty.
What's up, good glitches? If you got a baggie, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We got XRP right around $2.16. We got some breaking news to pop off. XRP Ledger Foundation. For users of the 2.14 branch, we've just published an update on the NPM packages to move the previously compromised version. If you're using the 2.14x branch, please update to 2.143 immediately. 4.25 of the XRP Ledger JS has been published to replace the previous compromised version. Earlier today, a security researcher at Keto Security identified a serious vulnerability in the XRP Ledger NPM package. We are aware of the issue and are actively working on a fix. A detailed post-mortem will follow. Many have confirmed that they are not affected, including Zaman Wallet, XRP Scan, First Ledger, Gen 3 Games, and others. And to clarify, this vulnerability is in the XRPL JS, a JavaScript library for interacting with the XRP Ledger. It does not affect the XRP Ledger codebase or GitHub repository. Projects using the xrpledger.js should upgrade to 4.25 immediately. We got Badari says the XRP Ledger itself is unaffected by this. The malware packages only affect services that use xrpl.js and upgraded to the malicious versions that were published less than 24 hours ago. GitHub remains safe, only NPM was compromised. And we got that the compromised XRP Ledger JS NPM version are removed now and the issue is resolved. In addition, there have been a new version released, 4.25, a couple minutes ago. Updating to this version is safe. Please still make sure your app libs are up to date on the safe versions. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, it's official. Paul S. Atkins was sworn into the office as the 34th chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commissions. So it begins. XRP, Ripple SEC case on deck. Paul Atkins sworn in as the SEC chair December 21st. Paul Atkins was sworn into the office as the 34th chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Chairman Atkins was nominated by President Donald J. Trump on January 20th, 2025. The last dominoes are falling into place. And Eleanor Terra says, looks like Atkins will have a second private swearing in a ceremony with real Donald Trump tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the Oval Office, according to Trump, scheduled to publish on roll call. The new SEC commissioner is here. SEC Ripple case coming to a finality. Where's XRP? We wait on Paul Atkins.
So, people are running into, a brick wall at the SEC. There's the lawsuit against Ripple. A lot of things riding on that. So that's like a really interesting thing to follow in this space.
So it begins. Subject views. European Central Bank President comments on Trump-Powell showdown.
If there is an attempt by the executive branch in this country to fire Chair Powell before the end of his term, do you see that as a material risk to markets?
I very much hope not.
Hope that doesn't happen.
Hope that it is not a risk.
What would it mean for the markets?
Look, I'm not going to comment on, market reaction to hypotheticals that I hope are just not on the table.
Paul Barron Network, XRP already flip ETH with XRP Mickle.
If it were to flip ETH, and that's if ETH wasn't moving, now granted, ETH hasn't been moving much, it would only have to get to a $3.33 price to flip ETH. So what do you think? Do you think this is a possibility that we could see XRP back in the number 2 slot?
In my opinion, XRP has already flipped Ethereum. When you look at the market cap calculation for how they even do market cap, but if you look at what they're taking for Ethereum circulating supply, they're taking every token in existence. For XRP, they're cutting out what Ripple's holding in escrow. But from a market cap perspective, all of those tokens have already been issued by the ledger. All of those tokens have been in the circulating supply before. Now they're just locked up. And I kind of asked the question, why do we count Satoshi's wallet for circulating supply? Why do we count the Ethereum Foundation's why do we count their Ethereum towards circulating supply, but you don't count Ripple's escrow of XRP? So for me, the whole kind of calculation for market cap is already a little weird. I think with the case off of Ripple, when you see a lot of these ETFs launching, it's just going to add fuel to the fire. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of these things, a combination of these things, all kind of lead to XRP flipping Ethereum.
So the current price of XRP currently right around $2.16 with the market cap right around 126 billion. The circulating supply at around 58.39 billion, which is around 58.4% of the supply. If all 100 billion XRP were in circulation while maintaining the same market capitalization, the price per token would be around $1.26 per XRP. This represents a theoretical price decrease of about 41.7% from the current $2.16 price. And here we have an XRP currently right around $2.16 with the current market cap at around 126 billion. Circulating supply right around 58.39 billion. Max supply 100 billion. Total supply with all the burns right around 99.98 billion. We got Aave. Users can now supply and borrow RLUSD Ripple's enterprise grade stablecoin on the Aave B3 Ethereum core market. Tony Edwards thinking crypto was driving XRP Ledger's rapid tokenization growth. Jasmine Cooper, head of the product at RippleX, explains real world asset tokenization and how Ripple is enabling institutions to tokenize on the XRP Ledger with multi-purpose tokens and much more. Watch the full interview over on Thinking Crypto YouTube.
So tokenization, is kind of the beginning of the life cycle for any sort of on-chain finance. So if you want to do stablecoin payments, you first need stablecoins. If you want to do real estate investment diversification, you first need an on-chain real estate token or something along those lines. So tokenization is really the beginning of everything when it comes to RWA and institutional DeFi. We're really just trying to increase the utility and lower barriers to entry for institutions. So one proposal we put out recently is called multi-purpose tokens. You can think of that along the lines of a semi-fungible token. That standard allows for developers and token issuers to attach metadata directly to the token object on chain versus the traditional or legacy fungible token on the XRP ledger. So by allowing a standalone object, this is better for, say, a bond where you want to store the terms and the duration, the interest rate on that on-chain object. So we're really trying to look at these use cases and make sure we have the building blocks and the standards to best support them and give a best-in-class experience when they bring TradFi onto blockchain.
Got Panos. Okay, this is big. Circle just launched a direct Ripple competitor, CPM, Circle Payment Networks. Competes directly with Ripple Payments, aka on-demand liquidity. Game is on. It'll be interesting to see how this evolves, and the competition will drive more innovation. Eleanor Terrett, new Trump media, has finalized a deal to announce in March with Crypto.com and Yorkville American Digital to launch TruthFi ETS, which will incorporate U.S. cryptos and American-made investments. Launch expected later this year, backed up by $250 from Trump media. From John D. In the fact that finance isn't a mandatory requirement for all junior and high school students is an utter disgrace. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent calls for nationwide financial literacy.
Everyone should care about financial literacy, whether you are a student with a summer job or a part-time job during school, whether you're in college, whether you're starting your career, or whether you are at the end of your career. Making good financial choices creates economic security, and look, it's fun. You learn about the markets, you learn how to properly allocate resources, and there's a big payoff over the long term for something you can do early in your career.
Learn about how XRP is the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes, the transformation of wealth, the transformation of all the money, all the value is upon us. Know what you hold. We got Michael Maloney. They're preparing a golden XRP reset.
The biggest economic event of our lifetimes is right around the corner, and gold is probably going to go up by multiples from here. Shortly after recording the following video, President Trump tweeted out this giant breadcrumb for us to follow. So remember this, and put it in with all the rest of the evidence that I supply at the end of this video. The golden rule of negotiating and success. He who has the gold makes the rules. Enjoy the video.
Check out the full video at Michael Maloney, Mike_Maloney. They're preparing a golden reset. The financial systems being upgraded. We got a couple from DCENT wallets. Top swap purchase tokens on DCENT last week. XRP, BTC, XCN, ZBEC, XDC. We also got another one here. DAG swap is now live on the DCENT wallet. Hey DAG holders, you waited and now it's here. Mainnet DAG, Bridge DAG on base, all swappable, all yours. Links in the description for your DCENT biometric wallet with the Bagman discount on the single pack, $30 off, and $99 off the double pack. DCENT wallet, it's your best wallet for XRP, XLM, XDC, Flare, Songbird, DAG, Algo. Biometric wallet with over 3,000 plus coins, large display, iOS, Android, not your keys, not your crypto. DCENT wallet, secure your crypto and earn 1,000 DAG, airdrop for the first 100 users. Links in the description. Celebrate DAG integration and get 1,000 free DAG. Step 1, purchase your wallet. Step 2, first 100 buyers get 1,000 DAG. Claim your airdrop. DCENT biometric cold storage wallets. Mustache altcoins total market cap. The target is much higher for altcoins. Look where we're at now. A month later, crypto's TA, crypto market cap breaking out. So it begins. Grad Crypto XRP, a fork in the road, $17 update. Upper edge of our ascending broadening wedge is currently between $5 and $6. If we can close above this level, it paves the way for a potential measured move reaching all the way up to $17 for XRP. And the longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP. Rich list, top 10% holder, 2,500 XRP. The top 1% holder, right around 51,451 XRP. And the top 0.1% holder, 381,933 XRP. Moon Party, couple days away. We'll see you down in Austin, Texas, 4th edition, 4/26, 2025. So it begins. Where will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander. BYOB, bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on the likey button. See you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Welcome to the party. This a moon party. Hey, this a moon party. Hey, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. This a moon party. This a moon party. Welcome to the party, we don't play round here. Moon suit on or you get sprayed round here.